Chelsea fans, a transfer bombshell has just landed. The Blues are plotting a blockbuster swap deal to snatch Brighton's Joao Pedro, and they're ready to dangle a £30 million man to seal it. Welcome to Chelsea News TV, your home for the latest, most in-depth Chelsea updates. Today, we're diving into this massive transfer story, unpacking the potential departure of Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and exploring how Chelsea's transfer strategy is heating up this summer. We'll also cover their hunt for a new defender, a surprise winger target, and a right-back who caught Enzo Maresca's eye in the Club World Cup. This is a pivotal moment for the Blues. Stick with us for the full breakdown. Let's kick things off with the biggest headline. Chelsea are locked in a fierce race with Newcastle to sign Brighton's star striker Joao Pedro. The 24-year-old has been a revelation at the Amex, and the Blues are desperate to bolster their attack. According to journalist Simon Phillips, there's a strong chance Chelsea will offer midfielder Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall in a swap deal to land Pedro. This is huge. Pedro's versatility and goal-scoring instincts make him a perfect fit for Maresca's system. But why Dewsbury-Hall? And what does this mean for Chelsea's squad? Let's dive deeper. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall's time at Stamford Bridge could be nearing its end. The 26-year-old joined Chelsea from Leicester City last summer for £30 million, but he struggled to break into Maresca's plans. In the Premier League this season, he's made just 13 appearances, with only 2 starts, clocking a measly 258 minutes. No goals, no assists. The stats tell a story of a player on the fringes. With the arrival of Dario Isugo and the return of Andrey Santos, Chelsea's midfield is stacked. Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Romeo Lavia are already battling for spots, making it tough for Dewsbury-Hall to get a look in. Could a move to Brighton be his escape route? But it's not just Brighton circling. West Ham and Fulham are also keen on the midfielder. Here's where it gets spicy. Chelsea have reportedly offered Dewsbury-Hall to West Ham in a bid to land their star winger, Mohamed Kudus. Imagine that? Kudus tearing it up at Stamford Bridge? If Chelsea can use Dewsbury-Hall to lower the transfer fee for either Pedro or Kudus, it's a masterstroke. Every party wins. Brighton get a talented midfielder. Dewsbury-Hall gets regular minutes. And Chelsea? They could bag a game-changer up top. What do you think, Blues? Is this swap deal a stroke of genius or a risky move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're loving this Chelsea transfer breakdown, give us a quick like. Now, let's shift gears to Chelsea's defensive woes. The Blues' backline has been under scrutiny, especially after their 3-1 loss to Flamengo in the Club World Cup. Enzo Maresca started Levi Colwill and Trevoh Chalobah in central defense, with Marc Cucurella and Malo Gusto on the flanks. It didn't go to plan. Flamengo exposed Chelsea's vulnerabilities, and one player stood out for the opposition. Flamengo's right-back Wesley Franca was a beast. He won all 4 of his tackles, 8 out of 11 duels, and completed 42 out of 46 passes. Not dribbled past once. Chelsea were so impressed they've now registered interest in the Brazilian, valued at €35 million. But here's the question. Should Chelsea really chase a player based on one standout performance? Or is Franca the answer to their right-back conundrum? Speaking of right-backs, Chelsea's options are thin. Reece James, deployed in midfield against Flamengo, is injury-prone. Malo Gusto could be sold if a big offer arrives. That leaves just the inexperienced Josh Achimpong. Franca's emergence could be timely, but Arsenal are also in the race. Chelsea need to act fast. This transfer window is about calculated risks, and Franca could be a gem. But they must do their homework. A rush signing could backfire. Let's talk about another defensive target, Barcelona's Ronald Araujo. Chelsea's hunt for a center-back has hit roadblocks. Top targets like Dean Huijsen and Ilya Zabarny are off the board, snapped up by Real Madrid and PSG. Liverpool are closing in on former Blue Mark Gay. So, Chelsea are turning to Araujo, a 26-year-old with bags of Champions League experience. He's physical, great on the ball, and available for around 60 million euros. Barcelona's openness to a sale, thanks to the rise of their young star Pau Cubarsí, makes this feasible. Is Araujo the commanding defender Chelsea need? Or is 60 million euros too steep for a player who's not perfect? The Blues transfer team is working overtime to figure this out. Now, let's pivot to the winger market. Chelsea are making waves here too, with Borussia Dortmund's Jamie Gittens emerging as a top target. Transfer guru Fabrizio Romano dropped a bombshell. Chelsea have agreed personal terms with the 20-year-old on a 7-year contract. The Blues are now negotiating with Dortmund, who want £51 million for the England under-21 star. But there's a twist. Bayern Munich are trying to hijack the deal. Dortmund's sporting director Sebastian Kehl insists no talks have happened with Bayern, but the German giants are lurking. Gittens, frustrated with limited minutes under Dortmund's Niko Kovac, is keen on a return to England. Chelsea see him as a priority. Can they get this over the line? Or will Bayern swoop in? This Gittens saga is heating up, but there's another winger in the mix. Chelsea have opened talks with PSG for Randal Kolo Muani, currently on loan at Juventus. The 26-year-old struggled at PSG but showed flashes of his Bundesliga brilliance in Turin. Tottenham have also been linked, but Chelsea are pushing hard. Kolo Muani's versatility, he can play centrally or on the flanks, makes him intriguing. But his inconsistent form raises red flags. Is he worth the gamble? Or should Chelsea focus on Gittens, a younger, hungrier talent? Back to the Club World Cup, where Chelsea's campaign has been a mixed bag. A 2-0 win over LAFC was promising, but that 3-1 loss to Flamengo stung. Nicolas Jackson's red card in that game was a turning point. Brought on as a sub, he was sent off just minutes later, leaving Chelsea down to 10 men. It cost them the game and potentially Andrey Santos' debut. Maresca had planned to bring on the young midfielder, but Jackson's dismissal forced a tactical rethink. Santos, still waiting for his first competitive minutes under Maresca, is reportedly fuming. Bayern, Arsenal, and Barcelona are watching closely. If Chelsea don't give him game time soon starting with their final group stage match against East, Tunis expect noise from his camp. Jackson's future is another talking point. The 24-year-old, who joined from Villarreal in 2023, has scored 30 goals in 80 games for Chelsea. Not bad, but his red card against Flamengo and another dismissal against Newcastle may have raised concerns. With Liam Delap already signed and Kolo Muani in their sights, Jackson's minutes could dry up. His representatives are exploring options, with interest from Saudi Arabia, Germany, and Italy. Could Chelsea cash in on their striker? Or is Jackson still part of Maresca's long-term vision? Let's circle back to the Joao Pedro deal. Why is he so crucial? Chelsea's attack needs depth. Liam Delap's arrival is a start, but Pedro's proven Premier League quality is flair, movement, and finishing could elevate this squad. Offering Dewsbury-Hall in a swap deal shows Chelsea mean business. They're not just throwing cash around, they're being strategic. If this deal comes off, it could reshape Chelsea's season. But if Newcastle or Brighton play hardball, the Blues will need a plan B. So, where does this leave Chelsea? The transfer window is a chess game, and the Blues are making bold moves. Swapping Dewsbury-Hall for Pedro or Gittens could transform their attack. Araujo or Franca could shore up the defense. Gittens or Kolo Muani could add dynamism on the wings. But risks remain. Jackson's potential exit, Santos' frustration, and competition from rivals like Bayern and Liverpool could complicate things. What do you make of this transfer frenzy, Blues? Are Chelsea building a title-contending squad, or are they juggling too many pieces? Hit the comments with your takes. And if this deep dive into Chelsea's transfer plans has you hooked, smash that like button. As we wrap up, let's summarize the state of play. Chelsea are chasing Joao Pedro with a potential Dewsbury-Hall swap. They're eyeing Araujo and Franca to fix their defense. Gittens is a priority, but Bayern are lurking. Kolo Muani is an option, but Jackson's future is uncertain. And Santos needs minutes, fast. The Blues are at a crossroads, and this summer could define their season. Subscribe to Chelsea News TV for the latest updates and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story. What part of this transfer saga do you want us to dig into next? Let us know below. Until then, keep the faith, Blues, and we'll see you in the next one.